it has definitely been. It's been a while, and there's no excuse. I completely abandoned uh, most of what I was intending on doing, but it was not intentional. Life kind of, you know, gets in the way, as we all know. Although it has been over a year since I've uploaded, um, even though I didn't put up videos, I did try to do something, but I'll get to that later in the video. As far as what's been going on in my life and where I've been in the same place. Like, I just moved rooms. I was in the um, so-called office when I made the last video. So, but now I'm in, my main bedroom. I had to kind of downsize. I ended up getting a roommate, a previous roommate who is now my current roommate. He needed help, and when I needed help, it was literally like divine timing. So, it ended up working out, which is why I'm here in this confined space. But this is all temporary. I'm planning on, we're doing this whole ordeal here. But outside of renovations to my room, let's talk about what has been going on. Let me fill you in from where I left off last. Pretty much from the last video to current, I'm going to fill you in. I'll do my best to fill you in. At that time, I was in a decent headspace, I was just kind of going with the flow, really. I didn't really push too hard in any direction in my life, if you know what I mean. I didn't force things. I wasn't necessarily not trying, but I was applying enough effort to where I'm just kind of floating through life, if you know what I mean. I mean, the majority of the reason why I just didn't follow up with another video or anything else major was because of procrastination, to be honest. I mean, we all have dealt with that, putting something off. Whether we, did it by choice or not, we tend to put stuff off because of other responsibilities or, things that happen. So, procrastination turned into just, videos. What do you mean? Like, I don't have time, X, Y, and Z. So, along with procrastination, I was in a really, how can I say this? I was definitely in self-care mode at the time of the last video I posted. But, with everything that was going on in my life at the time, with work or personal life, it had gotten sort of minimized in a way. And, I don't want to say I wasn't taking care of myself. I just wasn't as consistent as I was before. So, yeah. And then once I finally sort of, I guess you could say, realized I was, oh man, I haven't posted in 2, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. I would try to sit down and focus on, posting and or what to post. I couldn't come up with any ideas, and the ideas that I did come up with, I overthought them and, didn't actually have anything concrete to, at least something that I felt was well enough to post. But no one's watching this, so does it matter, bro? Nah. So along with being unsure and, not necessarily being as consistent as I was with, myself and everything else that was going on at the time, I was in the process of switching jobs. The job that I actually got was an automotive job, and didn't think I was going to get it, but I got the job. A little after I had already started trying to come up with ideas and failing at actually executing any idea, I was in between jobs. Couldn't stand where I was at before, so I was so desperate to just get away. Once I got hired doing the automotive job, I immediately jumped on it. The opportunity seemed pretty good at the time. My experience there, it was good, and I don't want to say bad, but just a variety of things to appreciate. While I was there, like I said, a lot happened. I learned a lot, met a lot of cool people. My car actually ended up going down, I would say, 3 to 4 months into me working there, and that was probably the saddest moment of my life. One of the saddest moments, I'll say. Anyone who has had their car down for any situation would understand that it is depressing, to say the least. I'd nearly given up. I thought my car was completely done. I'll kind of fill everyone in on that a little later. I don't want to make this a car video. I do have a car channel, but I'm still in the works. So how am I going to post on that channel? And I'm barely posting here, right? While my car was down, or I will say in the process of figuring out why my car was down, I just became distracted overall. Distracted with like work and life events and binge watching YouTube, to be honest. I was just starting to become very uncertain of everything. Like every decision I had made up until that point, spending habits, all of that, you know. And from there, I even started to question like my own true purpose in life. Like I didn't have any linear direction. Most people have like a plan and they're like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And, you know, I started questioning what I was genuinely good at, which made me question my direction in life that I'm headed towards or where I want to go. I didn't necessarily want to be a mechanic. And in my previous jobs, like the appliance repair job that I had in the past, I didn't necessarily want to be an appliance repair technician. I took the job because I didn't want to work for FedEx anymore. And all in all, I wasn't sure of what to really do with my life now that I'm getting older. And it just dawned on me that sheesh. It dawned on me how old I actually am. And I'm like, wow. Yeah, time sure does fly. So I didn't want to go through life and not really know. I didn't want to go through life and not know what my true purpose is. And I feel as if I need to explore that. And I do remember when I had like the idea of, okay, well, you don't like where you are. Like after all the hoopla happened with the car going down and you know, my car eventually got fixed with the help of many friends and people who, you know, I met at Honda, including my supervisor at the time. So once that had all passed, it was like a blur. And you know, people were asking me questions about, you know, actually taking position that I was in seriously and making it a career, like a major career. Although that is great, that's good, and I was very appreciative, it dawned on me that this is, again, not something I genuinely want to do. I am the person who would rather do what they love and not necessarily be broke, but you get me, versus the person who is doing something that's making a boatload of money, however they're very unhappy, you know. I was really becoming more focused on finding my purpose rather than the position I was in and whatever money that I could make or whatever, which is fine. But I had the opportunity to make whatever position I was in a career and get, you know, free training and all this other. It's nice, very nice, right? Universe blessed me, so you know, why shouldn't I take advantage of it? Which at first I was very hesitant because, again, I wasn't sure if this is something I genuinely want to do, or, you know, I just didn't want to just do something just because. I wanted to do the total opposite of going with the flow. And although this wasn't a terrible decision, it was just a bit much for me, especially since I was so keen on finding my purpose. I might as well take advantage of it. Let me go ahead and finish this process and complete the courses, or, you know, whatever I have to do to go ahead and get certified, and you know, I was actually let go. And during that time of uncertainty, the time of being stressed out and trying to figure things out, I started to kind of pick up more books here and there. The two that I got from the job, and several others that I either saw or heard about, pushed me to, step out of my comfort zone of not reading, which I just wanted to expand, not to sound like some big brainiac or like I know everything, but I just wanted to literally expand my mind, and that's, in my opinion, one of the best ways to expand your mind is to read. So while reading, I've really been enjoying whatever collection of books that I have now, and also started keeping busy with my hobbies again, making music, doing my artwork. I also got back into meditation again, which I put down slightly. I put it down for a little bit, and I try to, work in whatever days I can, whenever I'm not necessarily tired, because I don't like to meditate tired. Then next thing I'm falling asleep. Actually falling asleep meditating. Maybe I need it. Who knows? I forgot to mention one of the hobbies that I did also was writing, and that's outside of what I normally do, which is, like I said before, my artwork and music. But yes, writing was another thing that I started doing again. I did make a few posts here and there on my channel, but I guess it was just all personal, because outside of me staying busy with hobbies and everything else, as far as mental health, and in short, I was let go from the job. I can say that when I was let go, I felt like a weight was lifted, because I don't want to say I was being pushed in one direction. I guess my answer to all the questions I had about my purpose came in the sense of, okay, well, if you want purpose, go find it. That's why I use the term let go. I mean, they technically use it too, but I looked at it as I'm being let go to go explore. I just saw it as an opportunity to actually try something on my own and venture. I really did see it as a time to explore the unknown and, pave my own way to financial freedom. Not to say it's impossible or that it won't work out. I feel as though now is a good time. So after being let go, I had a lot of time to really think about what I want to do. And to this current moment, I'm still not sure if what I'm intending on doing is the thing that's going to be, I found my purpose, or, I'm financially free now. It doesn't matter, no, but I'm willing to try. So what I'm actually thinking about doing is pursuing my art business now. I came about this idea because out of all the things that I do, I feel as if that will be the thing I'm most consistent in if I really apply myself. Not too long after I was let go, I was able to pay off my last credit card. Yes, indeed. It doesn't feel real. So currently I'm in a position of not really confusion, but I don't have a job. However, I am debt free. So, all in all, I'm good. I am now in a place mentally where I feel like I need to go this direction. When I was let go, it really felt like the universe was saying, okay, this is not what you want to do. Fine, that's cool. If you want to figure it out, here's your chance. And being blessed enough to actually not have debt now is, again, and it just feels like it's a good time to do something. I truly feel as if one of my potential purposes is to be an artist, or to just create. Maybe I can create but just not consistently. So I believe that's one thing I really need to work on first, is being consistent with my work, or consistent in general. Um, to be honest, I have always felt like, man, I just don't want to work for anybody, and it's just maybe because, again, I'm getting older, and I'm starting to see that, you know, a lot of people my age or even older than me are still working for whoever, Walmart, small companies, doing whatever, and I didn't want to. Everything was just spiraling. Things were just moving fast, and before I knew it, like I said, it had been a year plus, and I hadn't put any videos up. Even though, again, most people aren't really watching these, so it's kind of just for me. Yeah, it's personal. So I think what I'll do is eventually come back to these videos, but to conclude this video, I just wanted to, actually make something again. Even it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to have all the. Things will change. Things are changing. But time's moving faster than I think things are changing. So I can't let life beat me down, and I don't think anybody else should either. So, baby steps. Just get back to it. You fall off the horse, get back on. That pretty much concludes it, folks. So I'm not even gonna say like, comment, and subscribe, because you can do it, but I want everyone to have a blessed evening, night, day, whatever time you're watching this. And y'all stay safe out there. Oh, and don't forget to. I'm not advertising, but stay hydrated, folks.